Wait for the truck to pass. Imagine we are back in Paleolithic caveman times. Let that image, while I have a sip of coffee, let that image cascade through your neural partitions and your neurology into your cognition. We're all back in Paleolithic cave, maybe Mesolithic caveman time. Sorry, Justin Trudeau, cave people time, cave person time. And I'm a cavist. What about the ones who didn't live in caves, where they had no caves and lived in mud huts or in fields? So I'm a cavist. Okay. So we're back in those days, right? One day we're sitting in the cave, doing our thing, minding your own business, and I'm in there. I'm in the cave, sitting there, minding my own business. You know, all the sexy cave women, chicks all around me, and hanging on my every word, and all the other ones going, that fucking gammy bastard, Ugga Bugga Sheridan. He's fucking all the fucking women love him. Blah 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 blah. He's a bastard. Anyway, I'm sitting there, right? Blah 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 blah. Blah, minding my own business, right? And in walks Chief Ugga Bugga, and he goes, "Oi, Chief Ugga Bugga!" And in his hand, I have found this magical device. And he holds up what appears to be a broken bone of an animal that has 3 perfect holes in it. And these holes are probably caused by rickets or some parasite that was in the animal or some birth deformity. But because it's so unusual looking, bone of Ugga Bugga instantly becomes a sacred object. Okay, and so the king of the cave claims that the bone of Ugga Bugga, with its 3 holes in it, represents a power that we now have as a tribe. And I'm sitting there and I'm saying, sorry, Stacy Ugga Bugga, can you just move on a second? Sorry, love. Sorry, love, can you just move over? I want to see what this fucker's saying. And I'm looking at him going, it's a fucking bone with 3 holes in it that he found in the field. How is that sacred anything? And it's chipped on one end and has a sharp shard on it. And then it has like the regular, bone joints at the end, the 2 balls. And it says, what's so special? And I walk up to him and go, Chief Ugga Bugga. And he goes, what is so special about the bone of Ugga Bugga? And he goes, bone of Ugga Bugga! Give power to tribe, give power to cavemen, give power to us over others. Special power. That sounds like a Chinese man, whatever. It was a very diverse cave, okay? And I'm like, but how? And he thinks to himself, he goes back and he speaks to the other cave elders and he goes, Sheridan Ugga Bugga and his fucking fence, that bastard, he don't believe bone of Ugga Bugga is special. And then they think for a second. And then his science advisor, Cockroach Ugga Bugga, goes, well, I have determined that if you stick the bone 3 times in a person's arm, it will give them special powers against evil. Bone of Ugga Bugga can do that? Yes, it can. It's science. So the next day, King of Chief Ugga Bugga doesn't fully believe Cockroach Ugga Bugga. So he gets Cockroach Ugga Bugga to give a speech to the cave. So I'm sitting there in the cave, right? And Cockroach Ugga Bugga goes, on behalf of Chief Ugga Bugga, I, cockroach Ugga Bugga, the holy sacred shaman of the tribe, have decreed that everybody must have the bone of Ugga Bugga stuck into their arms 3 times, like the 3 holes on the bone, and you will have powers of immortality and protection against all evil and all problems. And I'm going, what? And I look at my mates and they're going, what? But when we look around at the rest of the cave, is like that. And I'm like, they're actually believing this shit. And I'm like, to my mates, I'm not fucking getting that thing in my arm. And my mates are going, not me, fuck that, no. Then just let them do it. So they all start lining up with their arm, and then Chief, Cockroach Ugga Bugga goes, bang, 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 3 holes in their arms. You now have special powers. You won't be killed by wild predators. You can't die of disease. You'll live forever, and you will be protected by the gods. So he does that to like nearly everyone in the cave except about 25%. And 25% in the cave are people like me going, you don't have to do better than that. Just saying, pulling this fucking nonsense up and telling us that he has special powers and not the bone of Ugga Bugga. The others are going, I don't really feel I need it, you know. But we'll see what happens. So, after a week, things have gotten worse. Not only are the ones who have been gotten the three stabbings, the 3 anointings of the bone of Ugga Bugga in their arms, lots of them have infections caused by the dirty bone. But because we live in Paleolithic times, we don't know about how infection is spread. So we just go, well, I'm just sitting there as caveman me going, well, that didn't fucking work out, did it really? How are they supposed to get superpowers? They all look like they're all dying sick at the moment. And my mates are the same, and then there's others going, maybe it's just a side effect of bone of Ugga Bugga. So King Ugga Bugga gets on stage and go, some people in this cave no better than others in this cave. I tell you why. Bone is God. Dog is rat. But I tell you why. It's because they don't take bone of Ugga Bugga. And without bone of Ugga Bugga, the magic that bone of Ugga Bugga, that cockroach Bugga Bugga told us about, will not work. All must have bone of Ugga Bugga, 3 marks on arm. Or bone of Ugga Bugga don't work. You are dying because they didn't take bone of Ugga Bugga. So we're like, hold on a second, right? He's now telling them. So like people that you got on fine with in the corner of the cave with a piece of loincloth all over their mouths like this. You know, a piece of just think of a badger's arse taken from a badger and put over their faces like this. No, that's the bone of. They all have special powers. They look like shit to me. You conspiracy Ugga Bugga. You far right. What do you mean far right? Fucking political doctrines are still tens of thousands of years in the future. You racist Ugga Bugga. What do you mean fucking racist? There's not even racists don't even exist right now. We don't have countries or anything. We live in a fucking cave that's damp. That your wife is using stagtolites as a dildo. You shut up! So in cave of Ugga Bugga, some who are Ugga Buggified by the bone of Ugga Bugga are looking at us who aren't and going, you ruin our lives. But you don't take bone of Ugga Bugga. Everyone's sick because of you. So, of the 25% who abstained, 10% of them say, fuck it, I might as well do it. And they get boned of Ugga Bugga. And some of them are sick, some of them are not. So I'm like, I'm still not getting it. Right. So then it comes to the day of mating, where all the men and the women bang each other in the cave to make new babies. And all the girls, women are on the corner, and they're all giggling and laughing. All the fellas are all standing there at their boners. And we all start walking over. Me, being a traditionalist, even in caveman time, brings a bouquet of flowers and box of chocolates of Ugga Bugga. And then a hand goes up and says, "You cannot make baby day." And I'm going, "What the fuck? You calling me gay?" "No, no, 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 no. You Ugga Bugga-less. Without bone of Ugga Bugga, no bone lady." "What? Without bone of Ugga Bugga, no bone lady. You dangerous. You spread disease." "But you're all the fuckers are all sick. We're fine. Bone of Ugga Bugga from gods. Give space." So we're sitting there in the corner going, "Jesus," men and women were going, "So we can't have, you know, day because we didn't take bone of Ugga Bugga." And there's be a couple of perverts in there who go, "Oh fuck, I'm definitely getting it now," and they run out and get bone of Ugga Bugga so they can bang the chicks, right? And the rest was like, "No, I'm drawing the line here on bone of Ugga Bugga. I don't trust these fuckers at all," right? So after a year, a huge number of the ones who took bone of Ugga Bugga are dead, and those of us who didn't take bone of Ugga Bugga are perfectly fine. And then I say to king, chief, I say, "Well, the bone of Ugga Bugga thing, you're going to have to prove to me that this thing worked." And then Cockroach Ugga Bugga goes in. "That's because we're getting ready for the next bone of Ugga Bugga. Of the spear of Ugga Bugga. Because it's only going to get worse." And then me and the rest of the ones who said no said, "These fuckers are all insane." And we leave the cave and go off to form our own tribe of people who don't believe in bone of Ugga Bugga. Fast forward thousands of years into the future. Woo, through space and time. There's me flying through space and time. Woo. Phoenicians, Romans, Vikings, Normans, 100 Years of War, Renaissance, Protestant Enlightenment. Bump! 1914. Sitting on a tram in England and minding my own business and thinking about what I'm going to see on the pictures that weekend. I believe Mr. Charles Chaplin has a raucous new good film. I'm in a good mood. I'm looking dapper in my suit. I'm on a tram, and three birds get on, three good-looking women get on, and they come towards me, and I go, "Life is even getting better today." And they go, "You are a coward." I go, "What?" "I'm Lady Penelope Bradshaw Smythe. Penelope Knox Hamilton Farquhar. And this is Miss Jane Seymour Fuck Whittaker. We're ladies of the gentry, and we're here to give you 3 feathers for not going on and joining His Majesty's army to fight the Germans." And I go, "Well, I'm not a coward. I can, but I'm not interested in fighting wars." And they go, "Why are you not going to fight the Germans?" And I go, "Well, no German ever did anything to me. And it just seems to me that, like, the reasons for this war don't really exist." And one other woman down the end of the tram go, "He's that Irish fucker's right. I don't understand it either." They go, "You shut up, you commoner." And they turn back to me and they go, "Take your 3 feathers, you coward." So I take the 3 feathers and go, "What am I supposed to do with this? This is a sign you are a coward." And then there's a young guy beside me who's like not, and he's shaking in terror. And they're about to give him his 3 feathers, and they go, I'll go sign up, I'll go sign up. And then I go, fuck this. So just, and he's going to sign up. I'm going, yeah, don't be signing up because those bitches gave you 3 feathers. Sign up because you want to sign up, or don't be intimidated into it. Oh, I'm a bit nervous, I'd be considered a coward. Nah, you'd be all right. Just, I just say I'm a conscientious objector. I'm a pacifist, you know. And I've got a mate who's got it out of the war by saying he's a homosexual, and a sodomite. I go, yes. Are you a sodomite? No, but if it comes to it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Fry's cocoa on recruiting day. I'm going to put Fry's cocoa in my undergarments, in my rectal area, and when the staff sergeant says, "Are you ready to fight the bush, lad, son?" I'll put my hand down the back of my trousers, pull out the Fry's cocoa, and pretend I'm eating my own feces. And they say, "Get this fucker out of here." You know, Australian recruiting. I remember Anzacs, the Empire still going. So, you know, and they go, "But that's what cowards do." And I said, "Well, I don't feel like fucking getting killed by a whiz bang, or eaten by millions of rats in the Somme, or in Passchendaele, or Verdun, or one of those, you know, Vimy Ridge are those places." And I go, "I'm going off." And he says, "You're only going off because those 3 wagons, those posh wagons gave you the 3 feathers." And they go, No, I'm going off to fight the Bosch. I have to restore my honour for king and country." And I say, "Poor fucker won't last a week." So just out of curiosity, I get off him to the recruiting office. And there's a band walking down the street going, "The long way to Tipperary." And the band are playing in the street. And just like in that Peter Jackson documentary, they will not grow old. All the NPCs are following behind the band, straight into the recruiting office. And the war goes on. They're all getting killed. And I say, this war's for nothing. Germany won't be defeated. And then suddenly they declare an armistice, and they go, "We won." No, you didn't. You declared an armistice. You just all agreed to stop fighting. "We won." And I says, "Mark my words, if you let them away with this one, there'll be another war in 25 years. And so, fast forward in time. 1930s, you know, 1920s, Charleston. You're going through the time tunnel with me. Charleston. 1930s, you know. What happened in the 1930s? Fuck all. You know. Chicago is ruled by Al Capone and his mob. 1940s. Boom, 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 boom. We shall fight them on the beaches. 1950s, you know. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. 1960s. Tiptoe to the tulips. 70s. Staying alive. 80s. 80s, you know. Why do you have to be a hard... 1990s. Ooh, I'm still alive. 2000. World Trade Center. 2010. Fuck, all happened. 2019. I land, right, in my new incarnation. And you got to take these 3 jabs, or you won't have herd immunity of Ugga Bugga.